Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English Channel. I'm your host, Emma. Today, we'll be talking about something that's both inspiring and practical, future career goals.
Hey, Emma. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be back on the show again.
It's great to have you here, David. I know many listeners out there are working professionals who want to improve their English, not just for daily conversation, but for their careers.
Exactly. I think one of the hardest things for non-native speakers is expressing their future plans or ambitions clearly in English.
Totally agree. Today, we'll explore how to talk about your current job, future goals, career development, and challenges, all while practicing professional English vocabulary and phrases.
That sounds perfect. I remember the first time I was asked in a job interview, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" I froze for a few seconds.
That's a classic question. Many people struggle with that. But by the end of this episode, our listeners will have lots of expressions they can use confidently.
Okay, let's talk about your current job.
David, can you tell us a bit about what you do right now?
Sure. I'm currently working as a project coordinator at a construction company. My main responsibilities are managing project timelines, handling communication between clients and engineers, and making sure materials arrive on schedule.
Sounds like a big job. How long have you been in that role?
About 3 years now. Before that, I was a site engineer for 5 years, so I've been in the construction industry for almost 8 years in total.
That's impressive. What do you enjoy most about your work?
I really like the teamwork. I work with architects, designers, and contractors, so there's a lot of collaboration. And I enjoy solving problems on site when things don't go as planned.
That's a great answer. I love how you mentioned both teamwork and problem solving. Those are key soft skills employers love to hear about.
True, and I try to use professional words like collaboration and coordination when I talk about my job in English.
Perfect vocabulary. And for listeners, you can also say things like, I'm responsible for. My main duties include, I work closely with.
These phrases make your job description sound clear and professional.
Now, let's move to the main part, your future career goals. Where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years?
In 5 years, I hope to become a project manager. I want to take on more responsibility and manage larger construction projects from start to finish.
That's a great ambition. What's motivating you to move in that direction?
I think it's the natural next step. I've gained enough experience coordinating projects, and I really enjoy leading people. Plus, I want to develop my decision-making and leadership skills.
Excellent answer. And you used a good structure there. You said, I hope to become, and I want to develop. These are very natural ways to express your future goals.
Yes, and I'm also planning to get a PMP certification, Project Management Professional. It's quite challenging, but I believe it will help me advance my career.
That's an excellent plan. You can also use phrases like, I'm working towards becoming a, my short-term goal is to, in the long term, I hope to. For example, in the long term, I hope to manage international projects.
That's a nice way to put it. I think when we talk about goals, tone matters too, being positive but realistic.
Exactly. You don't want to sound too arrogant, but you should sound confident and clear.
Thank you.
Let's talk about skills and professional development.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's talk about what you're doing to reach those goals. Are you doing anything right now to prepare for a future role as a project manager?
Yes, I am. I'm taking an online course on leadership communication, and I also attend English speaking clubs every weekend to improve my confidence.
That's fantastic. You can express this by saying, I'm investing in my professional development.
Oh, I like that. Investing in my professional development. Sounds more professional than I'm studying.
Exactly. You can also say, I'm expanding my skill set. I'm continuously improving my communication skills. I'm developing leadership abilities.
I'll write those down. And I also try to learn from my manager. by observing how he handles meetings and conflicts.
That's a great point. Sometimes we learn more by watching experienced people in action than from books.
Yes, I agree. Another thing I do is read about productivity and management. I'm currently reading Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek.
That's an amazing book. It's full of insights on leadership, motivation, and teamwork.
Exactly. It helps me understand how leaders think and make decisions.
That's a really smart way to grow professionally.
Thank you, Emma.
Let's talk about overcoming challenges and staying motivated.
Okay, let's get started.
Now, let's be honest. Working full-time and studying at the same time can be hard. What are your biggest challenges right now?
The biggest one is time management. After work, I'm usually exhausted, so it's difficult to sit down and study English or take courses.
Yes, that's the challenge for almost everyone. You can describe that as it's challenging to balance work and personal development.
That's a great phrase. And sometimes I also struggle with motivation. Some weeks I'm very focused, but other weeks I lose energy.
That's normal too. Everyone goes through that. How do you keep yourself motivated when that happens?
I set small goals. For example, I tell myself, this week I'll finish one lesson, or I'll read 5 pages every night. Small steps really help me stay on track.
Perfect. That's a great strategy. You could also say, I set achievable milestones.
Achievable milestones. Nice phrase. Another good one is, I remind myself why I started. It's a very powerful sentence, especially when you're feeling tired.
Yes, that's so true. Whenever I feel like giving up, I think about how English and management skills will help me reach my dream job.
Exactly, that's a great mindset.
Thank you. We're getting close to the end of today's session, but before we wrap up, let's summarize some useful vocabulary and expressions we've used.
Sure, I'll start with a few. I'm working towards becoming my long-term goal is I'm expanding my skill set.
Excellent. I'll add a few more. It's challenging to balance work and personal development. I set achievable milestones. I stay motivated by setting small goals.
Those are perfect.
Before we finish, David, do you have any final share for professionals learning English and planning their careers?
Yes. Be consistent. You don't need to study for hours every day. Just practice regularly, read business articles, watch English videos, and talk about your job and goals in English as much as you can.
That's great advice. Consistency beats perfection.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is part of the learning process.
So true. Well, thank you, David, for joining today's episode.
Thank you, Emma. I learned a lot from this discussion.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Everyday English Channel. Remember, your future career goals start with clear communication. Keep practicing, stay confident, and keep growing.
Bye, everyone.
See you next time.